championship to North America. All right, the duel is underway. All right, it looks like Clifton is going to be starting things off, but Julian has a Mulcharmy Perillia, and that's going to be activated during the standby phase. So anytime Clifton summons a monster from the hand, Julian will get to draw a card.
Scott.
Yeah, that's a really good one against Mitsurugi Ryzeal in particular. It's going to really, against Ryzeal, usually you summon the first Ryzeal from your hand, we get you your next Ryzeal monster, but you also have to summon from the hand. So a minimum of 2 draws could be huge. And each draw, not only are you just getting more cards to play with on your next turn, you're getting more opportunities to draw into more disruptions that you can use from your hand on your opponent's first turn. So even though if you just start with the Perillia, not maybe as good as Fualos, you could just draw into a Mulcharmy Fualos and throw that down as well.
I think he actually has Fualos in his hand. It looks like he does have an additional Mulcharmy in his hand. And then, as you mentioned, it also stymies the Mitsurugi plays that the Ryzeal deck can go into. Your opponent's going to have to be able to draw cards with that as well. So it's one of those things where Perillia has such a huge impact, and it'll be interesting to see how Clifton navigates this. You have to assume that all of these duelists have already mapped out, okay, if my opponent has Perillia, what can I do to establish the most amount of interaction, the most amount of disruption, potentially some follow-up, but minimize the amount of cards at the end of drawing.
Yep, and we see Clifton send a Mirological Aggregator to the graveyard, probably kind of showing that he's not going to do something like Eclipse Twins. He wants to get the most amount of disruptions with just like one detonator. So being able to attach that to a detonator to have an extra negate during the opponent's turn when it's sent to the graveyard could be what he's looking at. But we're going to see another monster summoned from the hand. It's going to be Ice Ryzeal. And he's going to activate the effect, and then that's going to be chained Mulcharmy Fualos. You're right, he has another Mulcharmy. You're only limited to activating 2 Mulcharmies from your hand for the turn, but Julian's drawing anytime Clifton breathes right now.
I know, it's really this 1-2 combo that and it brings you back to some of the cards on the Forbidden Unlimited list, having both of these effects active at once.
We can't say its name, right?
No,
Max C? Are we allowed to say Max C?
Just don't say it 2 more times.
Okay, and it looks like we did see Clifton do the similar thing in the top 16 where he overlays for a detonator with 3 materials, and then he's able to attach the material from his graveyard on summon thanks to Ryzeal Detonator's effect. So he's going to have 4 materials that attach, so that's going to be 4 cards he can destroy, and when he attaches the aggregator, he'll be able to negate a card on the field.
Looks like Julian.
Oh, does he have too many? 7 plus 2, it's 5, so he doesn't have to put any back.
Julian will be starting his opening play with 8 cards in his hand. And he starts with Infinite Impermanence, a very easy 1-for-1 trade.
Not what Clifton wants to see.
No, not at all. And again, there's no Eclipse Twins back there, so this is going to lock out Detonator. He just has that Aggregator, which is a pretty low impact interaction.
And we see a set trap. You might wonder, like, oh, why is he setting a trap before he summons? The Maliss traps, in case you haven't seen Maliss in a while, can be activated to turn their set by banishing a Maliss monster. So a lot of times, whether you have a Maliss trap or not, you at least want to set something down to make your opponent think you have that Maliss trap, so it might dissuade them from having like some sort of on-field effect negation. But it looks like he's going to go ahead and try and use the Chessy Cat effect at resolution. Clifton is going to detach and negate it with Ryzeal Cross effect.
Unfortunately, though, for Clifton, he has Maliss in Underground.
Yep, this field spell is incredible. Lets you banish a Maliss card from anywhere from your deck.
Dormouse effect. Pay 300.
And he will banish Maliss Dormouse.
Yeah.
Now he's going to use the effect of Maliss Dormouse, pay 300 to try and summon back his banished Dormouse. I think Clifton may be thinking here. And that's going to resolve. I know all you Master Duel fans out there, y'all have seen a lot of this over the past week.
Now he can activate Dormouse, which will allow him to search his deck. Looks like banishing the White Rabbit, and then obviously he'll be able to special summon that White Rabbit by paying 300, which would then allow him to set a trap card. So if he did not initially have a trap card set, as you were commenting on a moment ago, this will be his ability to basically search out whichever one he wants. And for those who are curious, he is playing multiple.
Yep, GWC 06. Still an incredible card and should 100% be considered when you're playing Mouse, if not just for the life point gaining effect.
You have seen players cut it, though. That's why I kind of commented on where if he has one set, this White Rabbit wouldn't have any effect, but he is able to now establish.
I'm a GWC 06 fan. I mean, I understand that it's one of the cards you can draw in your opening hand without another Malice monster, and it's not great. Even with a Malice monster, it's not great because it summons from the graveyard or banishment, but it just gives you that extra level. Like, I like toolboxy kind of decks, and having that option to go into traps when the certain traps when you need them is important. But he's going to use all 3 monsters here. Looks like he's thinking about Heart Scripter, but is going to end up with Malice Whitebinder as the first monster he's going to summon. So on summon, Malice Whitebinder can banish up to 3 cards from both players' graveyards. He's going to go after X Ryzeal, his own Chessy Cat since it hasn't been banished yet. And then he's going to go after Dormouse because he's going to want to have a Malice card banished that he can shuffle back at some point with Heart Scripter later on in the turn.
Yep. And now he can use the Chessy Cat effect, special summon that back out. He's now used all 3 of the original 3 Malice. He still certainly has March here as well.
Yep, now we're seeing another Link summon. It's going to send Chessy Cat and Whitebinder to the graveyard for Access Code Talker. And, yep, Clifton knows that this is going to be...
It's actually okay to just take the Molcharmi challenge.
Definitely. That's where we're at. We're at Molcharmi challenges now. It is definitely the way to go, but it looks like we are ready to go. The hands have been shaken. Clifton is going to be starting things off with Mitsurugi Prayers.
This is an incredibly important card to resolve because his hand is double Solemn Judgment and looks like Serpent.
Night Sword Serpent?
Night Sword Serpent, not one you want to draw.
Oh, it does resolve. Looked like Julian thought about doing something there. We haven't seen a Molcharmi Perilia drop down like we did in game number 1 just yet. You talked about the Molcharmis, and then you mentioned Droll being the third, Droll and Lockbird. And I think that popularity is also, I mean, really good against Lunalight, but due to how impactful it is against it can be against the Mitsurugi Ryzeal strategy. Even though you can't activate like prayers in the draw phase, they definitely have ways to play around it. But you want to see like one of those like 9 cards in your opening hand to really have an impact. And if you're playing 9 different high impact cards like that, the odds are in your favor. Does he have Droll and Lockbird? Nope, doesn't look like it.
Well, that was draw phase, so that's good. It's going to be here that we'll know when he sends the Saji, well, summons the Saji and then tributes it off to then search a spell from his deck. I was going to search the 1 copy of Ritual, and now here's the Droll check.
Picks his hand back up. He looks, and it's there. So for the rest of this turn, neither player can add cards to their hand. Silver Lining. Clifton won't have to deal with Molcharmis this turn.
Yeah. I think that's a cross. So he opened up Cross, Serpent, Double Solemn.
Not a good
Not
hand.
what you need in such a critical duel.
Not when you're playing to go to the World Championship.
So you got double Molcharmi game 1, and then has very little engine here. I mean, he's going to have to push forward, but he's not going to get the effects off the ritual monsters when they're tributed, which really stymies to the extent that he's able to push through and establish a board here. But he is going to go and summon the Habakiri from his hand. He's going to send combination down.
So Kusanagi's going to go to the graveyard, I believe.
I think that was
Aramasa.
Yeah.
Aramasa.
And okay, so maybe I was wrong. There's the Aramasa, and there's the Kusanagi, which will let him add back from the graveyard, but he is unable to use the Aramasa effect. So he is going to put back the ritual to his hand. Now he can ritual from his deck.
You basically get to swap out the Habakiri for an Ame no Murakamo. Mitsurugi.
Do you just go, yeah, I was thinking about maybe you just go Futso and kind of hoping that a weird double solemn Futso being able to special summon back the little guys kind of play super control-y could have been a pathway, but it doesn't seem to be.
I think he's still doing like the super control kind of strategy here with the Ame, like 2 Solemn Judgments plus like a forced discard. Not too bad.
Yeah. It's just really unfortunate. The 2 cards you want to draw the least are Night Serpent and Cross.
Sure.
Okay, so he's going to normal summon, maybe link into a Dynamondo.
Dynamondo, yeah. Okay, this is a pathway too. Yeah, this is probably better than the Futso play, honestly, which, you know, I'm going to trust Clifton to understand how to sequence through some of those games where you don't have the best opening. And this is threatening the destruction effect.
Oh, this Bestial is huge because it's going to get rid of the Ame no Murakamo that the Dynamondo is going to bring back, or the prayers. Oh, that's devastating here from Clifton. Now he has to rely on those 2 Solemn Judgments. On the upside, outside of like a normal summon plus one push, Maliss needs to draw a very specific combination of cards that have more pushes than that. He's going to need a gold sarcophagus. He's going to need a March Hare to be able to banish the graveyard. Another Beasteel potentially.
He has a Magnemite, yeah.
Oh no! So if he just has, well, he would need the Magnemite plus a Maliss plus a Maliss and Underground.
All right. Well, this is the. I think
You have to
he
solve
has to Solemn. I think Clifton's only pathway is just to Solemn 2 starters and hope that his hand is 2-hand interactions.
He knows that this is an important turn. Everything that he's worked through this entire year leads up to this moment. All the testing, all the grinding at regionals, and he's going to pay half.
Gives you 4,000 because you didn't pay with prayers.
All right, now here comes the normal summon.
So we know he has Infinite Impermanence, and it looks like a Magnemite.
Does he have a normal summon Malice name? Could Clifton get out of this sticky situation?
And then have X'd on top or some maybe Bonfire. Well, against the Infinite Impermanence, he's really going to need something like X'd.
This is the time I'm begging for the one time. All right, so Magnum is coming down next, so I don't think he has another Malice monster.
So he is going to be able to add a dragon, presumably from his graveyard to his hand during the end phase, because I highly doubt he's playing a Serenair in his deck. I mean, it's not impossible, but...
If you're using like a WQP, there's some cool things you can do with Serenair to like dump Magnum to get out of your graveyard, but linking into Dark, Charmer, Gloomy... Really representative of probably how Clifton feels right now. A little gloomy, but you can't let that get you down. You have to play with the cards you're dealt and hope that you can do the best you can with them. This is an important turn of the duel. I think Clifton's considering negating this, right?
I think so. I think he's thinking what can happen if he link climbs here.
I mean, the Dark's usually really good, like for the mirror match.
Yeah, he's going to use the Solemn Judgment here because he can just threaten SP Little Knight on the back row. Now, granted, that would give him another turn, presumably. He wouldn't be able to attack directly, but there has to be a myriad of things that just being able to link climb could potentially do. And now he's going to tribute the Dynamondo to bring back the Habakiri.
No Malice normal summon. No normal summon here from Julian. He just had the Malice Underground. The end phase, the Magnemite's going to add the Druisworm back from the graveyard to the hand.
Yeah.
And Clifton's still in this game.
Not by much, but he is still in it.
Midwest Master.
So you can almost guarantee that back row is Infinite Impermanence. I mean, it could be a Malice trap. There's no real reason to set it, especially as we commented earlier with Valon in the format. If he were to draw X'd, that's what he's going to need. He's going to need to draw a Ryzeal card that can play through Impermanence.
Sword Ryzeal.
It's not quite going to be good enough.
Infinite Impermanence. He knows there's still a Druisworm waiting in Julian's hand. Plus one other unknown card.
Registrar for the remaining last chance qualifiers. If you would like to get registered in a last chance qualifier, please go to events.thesidedeck.com. There are customer kiosks.
So it looks like he's just going to shift to attack mode.
I mean, he's
Talk about the end of main.
I can't really hear you. Oh, that's better now.
He's only playing with 2,000 life points left right now. So he's going to attack and attack.
Take it for 2. Yeah.
It's going to be like, what, 3,900 points of damage here?
24?
I wonder if Habakiri's secret effect will matter, where his opponent's monsters lose 800 attack if he tries to make a Druisworm play.
Clifton looking at his extra deck, thinking if he wants to link summon and send these 2 monsters to the graveyard.
He's just already used Dynamondo. His Habakiri is banished. I mean, so rather his Murakamo is banished.
He's at 2,000. I'm at 4,100. In end phase, I'll go Joyce.
All right, so the Druisworm's going to come down the end phase.
Still pass.
I wonder if there's any merit to holding that to see if he draws a Malice monster just to be able to advance his plays.
Is that White Rabbit in his hand? I can't imagine that being White Rabbit because he had it last turn. Well, he just drew a Molcharmy, which isn't necessarily a good draw.
So I'm at 1,700.
Oh, he knows the secret ability. He just commented on the attack reduction.
That's huge right now. He won't be able to attack over the Habakiri.
He'd have to attack and essentially crash into it.
Or like link it off the field for something, potentially.
He's already used his Dark.
It would have to be like SP Little
Yeah,
Knight.
there's not a ton of utility links in his deck. Besides, I mean, Dark, you know, utility-wise in the sense that it can be somewhat generic, and in a deck that has so many Dark monsters, oh, it's March Hare. Oh, okay, that's probably going to be good enough.
It's at least a Maliss name. So
And a Cyberus monster.
yeah, but he doesn't have 2 Cyberus monsters to get to a Splash Mage. But yeah, having that one Maliss, yeah, it's just going to be SP Little Knight, so he's going to be able to at least banish a card, which is pretty big. But the window is still open for Clifton Land.
Yep. And on res, I will attempt Hare.
We are in the Clifton Land right now. This is his territory, his domain. He's down but not out. He needs a top deck.
I'll pass.
So now he's got Charmian Hare back in hand. And
That looks like a Ryzeal monster
looks like
to
a Ryzeal
me.
monster to me, too. Oh, Clifton has been on the edge of defeat, but he doesn't want to just give up that easily.
It's not. Oh, it is
It's
sword.
another sword. 2 turns in a row, he drew sword.
I mean, his deck is full of the Ryzeal monsters. Sword is limited to 2.
It is limited to 2, though, and he's just hit running swords.
Sure.
So he's going to use the effect of sword to add a light Ryzeal from the deck to the hand. SP Little Knight's going to chain the effect, banishing them both off the field to the end phase. But that's going to be able to get him Ice Ryzeal. And he's going to be able to normal summon the Ice Ryzeal. Use the effect, but he has the Fualos. The Fualos is live now because the SP Little Knight got off the field. Ah, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! This is what's good. This is where Yu-Gi-Oh! Gets really good. Like, but neither player's open like super fantastic. Just having to play with what the cards they have. Like, neither of them opened with like their main strategies, like key cards to start with.
No, Clifton actually drew the key one-ofs that he always wants in his deck and never in his hand.
And like just one Maliss name would have ended this game. One Maliss name besides March Hare. Like one of the first 3 from Crossover Breakers, but those are still hiding in the deck there for Julian.
I wonder if he just takes the Fualos challenge here.
I mean, I think if you
I think you have to.
If you do 8,000, yeah.
With SP Little Line coming back during the end phase, I just think this game is one of those that has gone so poorly for you up until this point, at least just in terms of how ideal things could have been.
Clifton's definitely considering. He also has the cross for a little bit of protection already.
Pick to attach. That's fine.
Okay, I do see that Julian drew into a starter card, so he will have plays next turn if Clifton does not find a way to finish the duel right here, right now.
You're at 38.
And Metaltronus.
Battleface.
Oh, but he's only at 38, so very easy to find a way to game. And Clifton Land takes it.
That one time the top card is exactly what you
told you.
need. This is when you would use your one time.
I called that. Before he drew the back swords, I said, if I was Clifton, this is my one-time call. Maybe he did call it, and you know the deck listened, had the 2 monsters on top of the deck. But we're going to start things off with Terraforming, which is quickly met by an Ash Blossom. Clifton hoping that Julian doesn't have any Malice names, but he does have the Chessy Cat, which there's an Imperm. This could be enough if there's no Bestial or anything else from Julian's hand. Oh, he has the March Hare. No, not like this.
I'll go White Rabbit effect.
And that looks like it's all of the interactions for Clifton. So
77.
he's going to have to use an Ash Blossom, which isn't going to be great, and 2 engine cards plus the card off the top of his deck to stymie. It's going to end up being a pretty impressive field.
Yeah, that's the thing about Malice. You really want to try and stop them from being able to access a Link 3 and getting to where they're going. You got to throw everything at it that you want. But once they get there, it's really, really hard to stop. Especially, I mean, we just talked about how unfortunate it was that he just had March Hare in his hand. But it goes to the completely other side of the spectrum when you have that March Hare plus a Malice name. All of a sudden, your hand can pretty much play through anything.
Yeah, the Malice monsters definitely increase in terms of their utility amongst one another the more you have. To a certain extent, I mean, there's obviously a limit to that, but you know, Chessy Cat, terrible. Chessy Cat and a Malice name, fantastic.
Perfect, yep.
Hare alone, not so great.
Rabbit.
Hare with a Malice, wonderful.
So we saw the White Rabbit set the GWC06. He linked them all off to summon Red Ransom. Then he used the GWC06 to banish Red Ransom, to special summon back the March Hare. Now he's paying 900 special summon back the Red Ransom from the banishment and banishing a Cyberus monster from the deck. He's going to banish another copy of Malice March Hare. Then that March Hare, he'll be able to pay 300 to add it back to his hand. So now he's used both the effects of March Hare this turn. So he won't be able to do anything else with it, but it's a quick effect during the opponent's turn, which is really relevant. Then he's going to link these 2 into Cyberus Wicket.
So it's interesting. You might not see it in this particular duel because that Cyber's Wicked is likely to not stay there, but that card actually lines up really well against the Mitsurugi cards. It has a secret effect that a lot of duelists probably have overlooked, which is when it's link summoned, it in and of itself cannot be destroyed, but also the monsters that it points to cannot be destroyed. So if your plan is to use Mirakumo to wipe the opponent's monsters, be wary that if they've set up Cyber's Wicked, your plan isn't actually going to work, and that's something to really consider going second into a lot of boards with this strategy.
And seeing the zone placement here, how the Dormouse is under the zone that the Cyber's Wicked points to, playing around Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, that is something that I think Julian has on his mind.
Absolutely, I could definitely see, had he gone second and needed to play into Murakama, that he may have been wary about that interaction. There's a reason these duelists are on the doorstep of Worlds.
Yeah, if you do it every time, that means like when you're in the position where it's going to come up, you'll already be prepared for it. So just maximizing your plays, but that link summon's going to come down for White Binder. White Binder on summon's going to banish 3 cards from either player's graveyard. Chessy Cat has not been banished just yet.
Activate White Binder effect to set.
And then White Binder can use the effect to set a trap from the deck or graveyard. It's going to set the GWC 06 from the graveyard.
3 now.
He has the backup Ad Ignister in hand.
I added Marcher and I added backup this backup.
Thanks to the Cyber's Wicked. I always thought you'd be a big fan of Cyber's Wicked.
Yeah.
It's not a word you use often, but...
No, but it is a word pretty commonly used in the Northeast.
Wicked.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
Neither here
Hey,
nor there.
Julian's hand was pretty wicked
It's
this
been a
game.
pretty wicked duel.
It's been an excellent duel for sure. And he still has a thrust he hasn't used just yet. Just pointing that out.
Oh, is that what the other card was?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So if he has like one of those blowout side deck cards, things are looking really bad for
he does. He has
Land.
Dimensional Barrier.
Oh no.
Make SB.
All right, so now we're going to link away the White Binder
SB target
and the
White
Chessy Cat to summon SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight on summon's going to banish the White Binder. White Binder is going to pay 900 to summon itself back,
Binder.
and
Cut, so offer.
then Julian can draw a card. I think that effect is what really sold me on wanting to play Malice, was the effect like you get to draw a card when you summon it back. That's just, the motion feels good.
Yeah, anything that says draw.
Here.
It's pretty good Yu-Gi-Oh!
It doesn't take much more than just draw to sell it to me.
Gold Star. Come on, banish a card you want in 2 turns. That's what I want to see. What are you looking for?
What does he want in 2 turns? Talents, maybe?
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
no,
no,
this makes so much more sense.
Yeah, Malice in the Mirror. This card out of Lines Insight. Really, really good card. Usually see it banished with something like Malice in Underground, but Gold Sarking for it works too. When it's banished, you can banish a Malice card from your graveyard and then add that same type of card from your deck to hand. So he banished a monster, got to add a monster from deck to hand.
Yeah, so it's a way of basically searching out March Hare
Did you add another marker?
when the turn's
did,
gone,
yes.
as it has here, but it's
And
also a good top deck in a little bit of a different way than Gold Sark was a top deck previously.
one, my friend's
You know,
the
you
deck
could previously
deck.
Gold Sark
And
and
it
search
didn't-
out,
it didn't pass. I
Dormouse,
didn't
whatever
know
it
what to
happens
get
to be.
rid of.
This just kind of adds a unique
I'll
element
go
where that
March
Malice in the Mirror
You're using
can actually end up technically searching out
did.
trap
Go
cards in
rabbit.
some situations.
No, tried to use March Hare again. That's how he started. He's already used both the effects of March Hare for sure. Judges might give him like a PE minor real quick for that, just for attempting to activate an illegal effect. Yeah, when I find myself playing Malice, like especially for all those players who've been playing in Master Duel, as have I, you can, like anytime you're like adding Malice monster here, you're like, I'll just get another March Hare. I'll just get another March Hare. You can really never have too many March Hares. But we're going to see a Link summon come down here for Firewall Dragon.
Effect to add.
And we have
No, I just need to control a Cyber summon from the action deck. which
backup
probably-
Ad Ignister, which is now going to let him search Wizard to his hand.
I think the judges are just making sure they need to control a
add
Dark
Wizard, yeah,
Cybers.
Cool.
Just any
March Hare
Cybers.
Wizard.
Sounds good. Here, I'll go Wizard targeting.
No,
White
adds
Rabbit.
the Wizard Ad Ignister. Wizard Ad Ignister is going to summon itself from the hand and the White Rabbit back from the graveyard.
It's amazing how Cyberus, doesn't really matter what kind of Cyberus, but Cyberus decks has had this ability to link climb and link climb and link climb and link
Never
climb.
stop. These Cybers piles.
Thrust.
And then, yeah, this is the last card. So Julian has now used every card in his starting hand on this first turn to really limit what
And
Clifton's
I'm
going to be able to do.
5,000.
Luckily, with Barrier Calling Exceeds, he'll still have the Mitsurugi package. Maybe he can somehow get an Ame no Murakamo to trigger to clear out the Firewall Dragon and Cryptor, but there's a
It's going
long
to be
road.
an uphill battle. I mean,
Yeah.
as what's currently constituted, he's got Bonfire, Prayers, and Ash. That Ash, probably not great. Meows.
Something.
I could see him use that. But
We know he has the GWC06
yeah, I mean,
set.
he might as well.
Could force out the GWC06 right away. Also, if he wants to banish Yeah, no, I mean, could be something.
That's fine.
And it looks like it resolves. No,
No tribute.
chain here. This is all probably during the draw phase, I'd
Probably.
imagine.
That's fine.
Anything else?
Prayers is going to add Habakiri.
Same by face?
I do appreciate
Maybe.
that Clifton is playing
Good help.
confidently, even though he is in a not so great position right now. I mean, he's just like physically,
It's
in
those
terms of his
fundamentals.
speech, his body position, he's playing confidently, even though he has very little.
I told you, I've been watching him from afar, and I have been a fan because that's another one of those things that I just really like. Because, like, the time it takes you to make your plays and, like, the confidence you have when you're making your plays can give away so much information. This is, like, basic fundamental Yu-Gi-Oh! That still applies to how the game is played today.
So we have Saji resolving, allowing him to search Mitsurugi Ritual. We've seen that Habakiri
Yeah,
interaction now for a few months.
So I know Haba and Ritual spell that you added this turn. There you
Yeah,
go.
just to double check on exactly what is in his hand. That's known knowledge. It is both Habakiri and the Ritual spell. We can now use that Ritual spell.
Deck.
He's going to use it to summon from the deck.
Deck, I think.
Does this prompt a response here from Julian? I mean, Julian
Yeah,
has to be a little like you can get in like this really good position, but because of how confident Clifton's playing, I bet that adds a little bit of nerves. But as I mentioned, his goal is to find a way to get the Murakamo to clear the field potentially, because you have to imagine that Julian's holding his barrier for as long as he can for
Mouse in the mirror.
calling Exceeds to stop the Ryzeal cards, but it looks like Julian's going to activate Heart's Cryptor to try and go after
I will
the
chain.
Murakamo.
I do like the sequencing here of summoning from the deck first by using the Murakamo. By summoning out the Murakamo by using the Habakiri in hand. A lot of times
Yeah,
you
with this, I
see
target
summoning
Arcane,
in the opposite
Firewall,
order first.
targeting
But I
Arcane.
like this interaction, or at least this sequencing here.
That's cool.
Vanish.
He's going to banish the Murakamo, but then
Sure,
he
I'll
also
start it.
is going to be able to summon back the
Okay.
Habakiri.
Result. You did this tuning to it.
Sorry?
Not that it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think he's going to summon back the Habakiri this time because it went from the hand.
Oh, okay, touche, yeah.
But he at least dealt with the fire. He got what he wanted. He wanted the Murakamo to deal with the field. And now if Julian did use the Heart's Cryptor too, I believe, to banish the Murakamo, and then the Firewall to add back
So
the
you
March
have
Hair.
Prayers and then two unknowns.
He still has the
Yeah.
GWC06, but he is under Meows, so getting new cards can change everything here for Clifton. And his last card is Bonfire. Clifton has the tools necessary. What really comes down to is that last triple tactics thrust, setting that dimensional barrier. Because he broke this board.
He did.
It's fine.
Anything else?
No.
Normal summon Ice Ryzeal. Now, it may look like Julian doesn't have a lot, but he does. The only thing is any interaction he does from here is going to give Clifton cards.
That's fine.
He has the March Hair. It can banish the White Binder. It can summon the White Binder can summon itself back.
Unrest.
That'll be a draw. Then his White
Unrest.
Binder banishes anything else. It's gonna do more. But Dimensional Barrier is gonna be flipped face up, calling Exceeds monsters.
Ooh, I wonder if he sends. Yeah, he is going to send the brand new.
There we go. It is Valon, the Super Sky Blaster, forcing out the GWC06. This is gonna give Julian back some life points, but it's also going to give Clifton a fresh card. And if it can be something, he just needs to get his Mitsurugi engine back online.
Thinking.
I'm trying to think what he could possibly draw under barrier.
All right, Julian, carefully consider options. You don't want to fumble the ball at the 1 yard line.
And some of those, White Binder, banish a bunch of card plays also get stymied by
Binder.
Malice.
Yeah, you can't just summon a bunch of Malice monsters. What do you draw? That looks like a
Oh,
Molcharmi.
Looks like a Molcharmi.
I'm assuming you have no triggers.
It's going to gain 2,300 life points
Have to
there.
resolve next.
Right. Sorry.
So X is going to add a fire. If you want to have an easy, how to tell what the Ryzeal's add, it's always the opposite
yeah.
attributes. So if you're using the light one, you're going to add a fire. The fire's at the
On
lights.
res, I will,
Very easy way
you
to
have no
remember
triggers,
that.
right? I will trigger White Binder, thinking on the targets.
Oh no. The first stutter from Clifton from the graveyard movement.
So it does look like he's going to banish at least the White Rabbit. because that would then allow him to access MTP.
Oh, yep, MTP's 007. Only 1-0.
I'll target. Oh,
Technically,
That's
yeah.
what I like to call it.
I haven't
That's
looked
just
at
like
this.
my little name for it, but
or anything. Sorry. So I will target from your graveyard Valon.
it's going to take
From
out the
my
Valon. Doesn't
graveyard.
want that to become a material at some point later on.
Yeah, that's a card that has some incremental value.
And rabbits.
So he's banishing Red Ransom and
Fine,
White Rabbit. Is he going to summon them both
Go
back?
Chain link 1, chain link 2.
Whoa, bold move. This is really bold here from Joel. I know Clifton has to be happy about this. He's going to need to draw
Yeah,
2
it'd be 12,
cards.
right? So 16.
Unless I missed something, right?
You draw 2 cards.
Yeah, Julian's just
Yeah,
confirming it for him.
You went in for the.
Yeah. Yeah, because I drew first
Sorry.
off White Binder.
Yeah, and then you went in.
All right, so card number 1.
And then I'll
Number
go
2.
chain link 1, chain link
Nothing.
Just all the
1, 2.
normal charmies.
Oh, a handful of cards, but that dimensional barrier, it really it's really coming down to that last card in Julian's hand, that triple tactics thrust. So Red Ransom on summon can add a Maliss spell. Used to be only Malice in Underground. Thanks to Alliance Insight, he's going to be able to add Malice in the mirror. And then the White Rabbit's going to set NTP 07.
It is just so fascinating to think, Mulcharmy meows as the 6th card. You usually get pretty upset when you draw Mulcharmy 6th card. It actually ended up with 3 draws.
Very good against Malice.
MTP.
Correct. Just showing me 2.
And he's already used prayers this turn.
You have 3 in hand. One's March here.
Yes, I added March Hare back with Firewall.
Yeah,
I
the other
just-
one, yeah.
I just don't know what Clifton can do here, even with all these cards.
A lot. 6.
6, and you added Sword and Prayers this turn. And then the other 4.
I mean, it's still, a really good game here. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I was just about to say, I feel like Prayer's set is about it.
That's fine.
clean up the White Rabbit. No,
And
just a pass. Looks like Julian's going to activate MTP 07 potentially. I mean, we could be
You already
moments
cut,
away
right?
from
Yeah.
Julian
I draw
going
turn.
back home to try and compete at the World
it's not
Championship.
Invis.
Draws Dominus Impulse off the top of the deck too.
And I'm at 61.
Not that I think it mattered.
I'll go Binder Effective Set.
I think Clifton knows.
2 in hand.
3, 4. Sorry, 4.
It's fine.
That's fine.
Clifton knows what is going on now. The Malice White Binder is going to be able to reset the GWC 06. Link summon coming down here, probably for access code talker.
I set GWC with Binder's Effect, yes. I'll summon Access Code.
Yep.
On
And then
summon,
that's
I'll
gonna
use
target the
effect
Red
to
Ransom.
Gain attack. Targeting Ransom.
Yep.
Anything on res?
You're good.
Okay.
Julian's thinking
attempt
Alonzi.
access code
France.
by
Let's go.
banishing Firewall, popping this out.
Firewall is going to be not a different attribute. It's not dark. It's going to go straight after
Use
the
access
spell or
code,
trap.
banishing Ransom.
Going to
And
banish
we-
Red Ransom. Going to take out a monster. Red Ransom's going to be able to pay
popping
900 to
Ice
summon
Razor.
itself back.
And then I'll activate Ransom.
We are moments away.
Be at 52.
Clifton's going to have to try again in the
And
NAWCQ
Ransom,
tomorrow,
I
it's looking
banish.
like. But Julian, kind of manifest destiny. We saw him, give that little quick kiss to his scarf there before
Just
game 3.
What better way of going to back home than getting a trip
Just get effect.
to represent
Another
I
country?
guess another country in a
Yeah.
tournament in your own country? I mean, he's probably going to have fans rooting for him both in the United States and in France in many ways.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
I don't know exactly, but it's such a unique circumstance. But you really have to feel
Yeah,
great
I-
for someone like
I
Julian
currently
being
have
able
the
to
same 4.
Hey.
don the French attire to win a seat to a tournament in his home country.
Hey, shout outs to Gabriel Netz last year. He's from LATAM, qualified though through EU. I think he's like dual citizenship.
Yeah.
So he played in the EUC WCQ and then went to World Championship representing EU, but from LATAM. But Chessy Cat's effects can be activated. Draw a couple
activate
cards
March Hare.
after banishing the
I haven't
March Hare.
No.
March Hare can add
Activate
back
March
any
Hare, I'll
banished
target
Malice monster.
46.
46.
And March Hare lets him add the Dormouse back.
Normal summon Dormouse. Sure. Dormouse effect.
I gotta respect Clifton. Not conceding here. Could be easy to concede.
White Rabbit.
This is gonna be the last game for him of this points
42.
playoff.
Correct.
He was so close, but not. He's gonna have another chance. Like we saw Aditya, he lost last year and then ended up winning the entire NAWCQ and still made it to the World Championship. Maybe this could be the same story. It could be maybe a DJ going back-to-back since he also was in that same position and lost. Or maybe it'll be Clifton Land. But for
will
now,
say good luck at
it's
once.
all Julian, and that's it. Yeah.